Folks, we are getting closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and join us. We got videos coming out every single day. We finally crossed, at long last, the 5,000 away mark. We got to get closer, though, or producer Brett says, apparently, I'm going to get fired. I don't like that idea. So if you want Cowboys videos and you care a little bit about me to help me keep my job, hit that big red button and subscribe. First up from Mendoza, biggest difference between Quinton Bohanna and Osa Odighizuwa. Honestly, pretty much everything. Quinton Bohanna's role is he's bigger, both in terms of weight and even kind of height to an extent. Bohanna is a run stopper. That is what he is. He's not someone you want out there, for the most part, on third downs. His job is to be big, be a fatty, and stop the run. Osa Odighizuwa is much more undersized. I think there's like a 50, 60-something pound difference between those two guys. It's massive for a defensive lineman. Odighizuwa is a penetrator pass rusher type. Now, you can stop the run too a little bit, but their roles are about as far on the opposite end of the spectrum as you'll find. From Night Moon, what up, Tom? Use more trick and special plays. We had a lot of success with it last year with very few penalties. Love the special teams play. If you mean trick plays on special teams, then you know, there was the one that was ruined by Darian Thompson, the C.J. Goodwin fake punt return. That was fun. Ruined by the special teams gaff there. And John Fossil likes that type of stuff there. Many of you didn't like the fake punt on fourth down against Washington. That game was getting out of hand, though, so, we'll see. As for trick plays, you saw some more of those early on in the season when the Cowboys' offensive line was banged up. I think we'll see more of that in the future, but we have to see on that one. But I like the idea there. You don't have to get too overly tricky, but I like a little bit of mixture of it. Producer Brett wants me to remind you guys that safety talk is only allowed for Super Chats. I think it's only for Super Chats, Brett, because we have Super Chats in there. I don't know. He says Super Chats for safeties only, and we have one here from Jamie Ross. Why not sign Earl Thomas on a one-year contract? Keep him on a short lease. He respects Dan Quinn. I don't know. Does he respect Dan Quinn? Like, we thought he respected Pete Carroll, didn't we? And then he flipped him off on the sidelines. Like, the Ravens were a Super Bowl contender, and they were like, yeah, we can't have this guy. That's kind of crazy to me to think about. The Houston Texans were going to bring him in for a visit, and then the players were like, nah, did we talk to the Baltimore Ravens players? We don't want him. The problem with Earl Thomas is if you bring in Earl Thomas and the players on your roster go, yeah, no, we don't want that, and you do it anyway, that's not going to go over well. That's not going to go over well at all. So I think Earl Thomas at this point is not worth the headache and problems that he's caused in every spot he's been over the past few years. I want to shout out OMG for his $1 super chat. I also want to make note that producer Brett is being nice today. Maybe he's tired of me calling him mean. Here's a safety question. It's not a super chat from Darren Schamberger. I think we should sign Tre Boston or at least some type of safety competition. Seems like the safeties are content with their play. I don't think the current Cowboys are content with their play. There's not enough talent on the roster. Like, the safeties aren't good. They haven't been good for a long time. Donovan Wilson has talent. DeMonte Casey has talent. God forbid one of those guys go down. You're banking on getting lucky again with a 6th-round pick. That's not going to happen. At least probably not going to happen. So I agree, Darren. I would bring in more season competition, but I've said that for years now. The Cowboys refuse to listen to me. I want you guys now to predict the Cowboys' record this season. Remember, 17 games, so make sure your math adds up on that one. Get your votes in for me in the comment section. This question, in fact, will actually be the pinned comment on today's video. So get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down, and let me know. Jerome Roybal says, safety rant for producer Brett, LOL. Look, I've told Brett many a time, and he's tired of it. The Cowboys have overlooked safety for far too long, but he's being nice, so I'll keep it short for today, at least for today. Elmatic 7, number of players that we can protect on the practice squad. It's still 12 right now, all right? That's the number for practice squad players that you can protect. Now, they had increased it last year due to the COVID pandemic to 16. I don't think they're going to keep it that high. Or actually, wait. No. It is 16 still. That's right. It's 12 officially. I just had to remind myself there. The plan is probably 16. So we'll see if that ends up being a firm decision. But the report from NFL.com, keep that in mind, was that it was likely going to be 16-man. So 12 officially, likely 16. We'll know more, I think, right around roster cut-down time for the NFL. We will do plenty of updates and news on the practice squad, roster projections, all of that right here on the Cowboys Report. So if you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit that big red button and subscribe. Producer Brett has threatened my job today. Makes me feel uncomfortable, so help me out. Let's not leave it up to him. Subscribe right now for daily Cowboys videos. Jerome Royable, if you could trade for anyone, who would it be to help anywhere on this team? 2 answers. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. It's too easy. Number 2, Aaron Donald. Fix one of your biggest problems. Number 3, Jesse Bates. I added a third one there just to throw in the safety dig at producer Brett. Rick Lay, defense picks and pure pride, top 15 in 2020. Look, I think top 15 is like the absolute, like, borderline best case scenario. This was a bottom 5 defense last year. Yes, they've overhauled the defensive coordinator. They've changed some pieces on defense as well. I think they'll be better. Expecting that level of jump is a lot to ask for. But if you're basing it on maybe just points allowed, possible. If the offense can get to some leads early in games against not the toughest schedule, maybe that ends up being the case. Might be a situation where the raw numbers look better than maybe some of the more advanced ones that help factor in stuff like strength of schedule. A Twitter alert for you guys here. Jacob DM'd me this trade idea, and I wanted to bring it up on the show because I was trying to be nice. He suggested this trade. Would you do Michael Gallup, Anthony Brown, and a second-round pick for Stephon Gilmore and N'Keal Harry? Jacob, everyone watching, here's my answer. No, thank you. I like the idea of getting Stephon Gilmore, yes. Moving Anthony Brown frees up short-term spots at corner, not so much long-term. Now what I do with Kelvin Joseph, for example. And I'm giving up 3 of the 4 best pieces in this trade. Because the reality is for N'Keal Harry, he's bad. He has not been good in New England. Frankly, I don't know if he's better than Cedric Wilson right now, which is a weird thing to say out loud, but Harry couldn't get on the field with the Patriots receiving corps. That's bad. So I'm downgrading at receiver substantially. I am getting better at corner, but I'm also moving a second-round pick. So because of that, I would not do this trade. If you didn't move the second rounder, we can have that conversation. Patriots still would say no in that scenario, but get your votes in. Why for yes and for no? Would you make this trade? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. From Anthony, will Zeke be Zeke again? What do we mean by again? Do we mean first season Ezekiel Elliott, over 5 yards per carry on a very high workload with behind the best offensive line in the NFL? Probably not, because I don't think this Cowboys offensive line is the best offensive line in the NFL. As for, 2019, 18, 17, I think that's possible. And the media push has been, yes, this is the year for Zeke Elliott's return. Another super chat from Chris Vanek. It feels like every time Donovan Wilson is on the field, he impacts the game positively. Why did the last defensive staff and now this one not seem sold on him? So the answer for the first part there, the last defensive staff not being sold on him, was simple. They were stupid. I'm sorry. Playing Darian Thompson over Donovan Wilson was wrong. There's no way around it. Now, maybe he wasn't good in practice. I don't know, but that's your reason there. As for this staff, I don't think that they're not sold on him. I think they want him to go prove it again. But remember, he apparently wasn't around the team all that much in the offseason and apparently was a bit banged up in OTAs and minicamp. So as long as he's healthy, he should be the guy at safety. Let me put it this way. The only competition this team brought in at safety for Donovan Wilson was Jerron Kearse, the guy who got cut last season. I think they're giving him the starting job as long as he, does the bare minimum more or less to go earn it. From Brokaw, would you trade Michael Gallup for Scotty Miller? No, I would not do that one at all. I don't really think that's a good move for the Cowboys. And Seabass says, all the damn trade talk about Gallup, damn idiots. We can be nice still. It's okay, guys. We can all treat each other with some respect. I don't want to trade Gallup unless this team is bad. I think it's better to keep him, and worst case, get a comp pick for him. Super chat from OMG. Will Trevon Diggs be a top 16 cornerback this season? I don't know what metric we're going to use to define top 16. I think he'll be better this year. I think he'll take another big-time step forward. I would be happy if Diggs could rank around top 16 in interceptions. That might be doable with the way he plays, but top half of the cornerback ones in the NFL might be asking just a little bit too much right now. From Alexander the Lesser, hey, don't sell yourself short. Is Isaac Alarcon going to make the team? Probably not. I know some of you guys are excited about him. He's such a wild card and an unknown that I can't put him on any roster projection. Like, there's a numbers game, right? I've got Alarcon at guard right now because he ain't making the team as a tackle. He's going to be behind Connor Williams, behind Tyler Biadasz, behind Zach Martin, behind Connor McGovern, behind Brandon Knight. If he gets some tackle run, that could be a possibility, or some guard run, he gets a possibility as well. They drafted Matt Farniok to play some guard center role. So I think best case right now, looking at Alarcon is like offensive guard 5-ish, and this team's not carrying, or interior offensive lineman, number 5. Team's not carrying 5. So he's intriguing. I get that. I can't wait to see him in camp. That's a guy I want to see because we've seen none of him really. Because, free practice squad guy last year, COVID, no camp. It was weird. So this year matters a lot for him. But I'm going to bet against no, he's not going to. Hoping, of course, that he proves me wrong. But what do you guys think? Will he make the roster? Get your votes in for me in the comment section. Type in 1 for yes, he is, or type in 0 for no, he's not going to be. Get your votes in for me in the comment section right now. Who do you want as the backup quarterback? I think Garrett Gilbert makes the most sense right now. Look, RG3 hasn't been good in 5 years. Brett Hundley was never good. So the options out there, barring a surprise cut or giving up a day 3 pick for like a Gardner Minshew, I don't really see who the options are outside of Gilbert. And I don't want it to be the Nooch, and I don't want it to be Cooper Rush either. X2 Pro Skills, what round of the playoffs do you think the Cowboys will make? I'll set my expectations at wild card round. Being able to win the division, which is not that good, and then probably falling to a team like, I don't know, if the Rams are good or if the Packers have Aaron Rodgers, something along those lines. I think getting to the playoffs is a good step this year for Mike McCarthy and this team, given where the defense is probably going to be for most of the season.